Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Hope you are okay on that side of the screen. And today with a really interesting gimbal. This is the Hohem iSteady V2 and we are going to take a look at it. And we are back. So it is a really complete gimbal. This is one feature that probably it's not new to you, the tracking mode, but it has a really good tracking and a lot more features that I want to share with you. Before we start, don't forget to give a shout out to the sponsor of this video, which is B&H, a platform that we have tested many times here on the channel, and we can get budget keys for our Windows 10, Windows 11 and Office 2021. We have tested to purchase, activate, so I have no issues at all in recommending, and I will leave a link down below so that you guys can check it out, and if you are looking for a key, then without any issues. Now, looking at the Hohem iSteady V2, this is a really complete gimbal with some really nice features, some of them which I was not expecting, especially this AI tracking, which is really interesting, and I will share my experience with you in just a few moments. But let's start with the beginning. First, the unboxing really quickly. Inside this package we will find the gimbal, which is the most important, and then this pouch, the quick user guide, and also the manual. In terms of the setup, it's really easy. We just need to open it up and then open the arm and then put our phone, and basically that is it. If by any reason it's not calibrated or it's not on level, we can calibrate it just by pressing 3 times on a power button, and it will do the calculations and whatnot, and it will be just fine. We can use with a lot of phones. I've tested with Samsung Galaxy S20 Fan Edition 5G, iPhone 11 Pro and iPhone 12 mini, which is the one at this moment. In terms of the buttons that we have available, we have a really nice joystick here, directional joystick at the middle, and then we have the picture button where we can just press and take a picture, but if we are on video mode, we just press and it will start recording the video and stops recording as well. If we press 3 times on the same button, it will change between the front camera and the back camera. Then we have the power button on and off, which will also work to change from vertical to horizontal, and if we want to put it on a central position, we just need to press it 2 times. Then on the top we have the AI vision assistant, and I can show you something at this moment before I show you some footages in B-roll. At this moment I have the footage being recorded with the back camera of the phone, so it should only track my face if it's like this, and it's deactivated in terms of face tracking because I was getting distracted during the video. But if I do this symbol right over here, it did turn the LED right over here to green, which means that the AI is working, and what it's doing right now is tracking my face, and it's tracking my face not with the phone lens but with the AI right over here. If I do like this, I think it's this, the gestures, yeah, just went red and stopped, and if I do like this, it will start tracking my face again. On the top we have a button which we can manually turn on and off the AI sensor, and if we press 3 times we have 3 different levels of LED intensity, and that can be nice if you don't have your great lighting conditions, or if you are on a darker place and if you want to record your video, you can just light your face and it's nice. Now in terms of battery, it will drain a little bit more. We also have a button right over here for the zoom in and zoom out, and finally if we press 3 times on the turn on off button, it will calibrate the gimbal with the phone that we are using. But there are more gestures that at the beginning it's a little bit hard to remember all, but they are very useful, especially if you are using the tracking function. Now, one of which is the thumbs up, which will turn our video to the horizontal, and if I put thumbs on the side, it will change to vertical to record to Instagram and things like that. If I do a V with my hand, it will start to record a video. and if I put my hands closed, it will stop that recording. If I'm on the photo mode, if I do the V, it will take a picture after a timer of 3 or 5 seconds. I can't recall right now. Now, in terms of recording modes, we have the picture and video, which is the normal. We also have the time lapse, which we will be able to use a minimum of 2 points, and then we will choose the time that we want between those 2 points. We can go up to 4 points, and then when we press start, it will start doing that tracking on the different points. We also have the slow motion, which is normal on any photo video app, and then there are a few moments which are really nice. There is one that it will do a 180 or 270 degrees, which is really nice. Now, have in mind that I will show you all of them here, but at the office they don't mean much. It's just so that you can see that we can do a lot, but they are really funny if we take them outside and do it on a real life situation. Here it's a bit boring for me and probably a bit boring for you, but just to show you the features that it has. And by now you probably have seen a few others that shot a few clips, 4 clips in different directions. There are 2 very similar. Then we have the vertical and the hit com, which will need more than one person, one model and the other one backing up, so that we can have a great effect right over there. Then we also have a more complete time lapse that we can just put somewhere and it will do a panoramic shot, which will look really nice. And then we have the clone me. I did a test here on the office, but not with enough room. I think I only had 2 clones of myself, but it's a fun shot, and it's one of those things that if you take to the beach, and when I was at the beach, that will show you some footages in just a few moments. What happened was that I was not aware of all of the features of the gimbal, so I was discovering, I was trying, I was doing everything, I was learning. But if I knew of the clone, I would have done that on the beach, which would look, in my opinion, nice. And the last effect is a more aggressive rotation, which will look really nice in some shots. Now, in terms of the gimbal, we will have 4 modes available, one of which will have the 2 axes free, so we can just rotate and it will do movements with those axes. Then there's one mode which will have the vertical axis free only, and then there's one which will block all of them, so it will follow exactly the direction that we are moving our hand. And then there's one that it's free for all. It will follow everything. It will move every direction, so it's really nice. Now, one of the things that I really enjoy, and it's not possible with all gimbals that I've tested, is that I can use on this position like this, or I can use it upside down, which is really nice, and it will take some really nice footages. I did enjoy playing with it on the beach, and I do believe that it took some really nice footages. And if we spend more time with it, getting used to it, we will get smoother footages with some looks that otherwise it would not be possible. I would not be able to take those footages just by handling the phone. The tracking of this thing is really nice, but for that I will not talk. I will show you some images. This tracking seems really smooth. As you can see, it doesn't start immediately. It goes smooth, smooth, smooth. Even if I go faster, there it goes. And then if I stop, it will not stop completely, and when I start, it doesn't start immediately, so really smooth. The only thing that I see is when I do some crazy movements, it will try to compensate. Vertical, it's a little bit more tricky, and it has to do a lot more effort. So if I go on this, as you can see, there is a little bit of delay, but if I go smoother, it will work just fine. Here on the sand, just to test it out once again, but I believe that the result is more or less the same, although I can move a little bit better, because on the rocks it's more difficult. Sorry about the sound, but a smooth movement for those that are looking to do this kind of shot for Instagram or TikTok, and we can show the background. The only thing that I can add here is, in terms of distance, I was able to get tracking from up to 5-7 meters, more or less. More than that, it will lose the capability of tracking, but I do believe that it's a fair distance for that. And on the horizontal mode, like it is right now, it's really easy and smooth to track. On the vertical mode, I did find myself a little bit more challenging, especially at the beginning, because we have a narrower field of view. So I would suggest a few things. First of all, as I said probably on the video, if we do it faster or slower, it will be easier for it. If we do it a average movement, it will try to compensate, and probably it will get a bit shakier. And the other one is that if we move further away, we will have more area so that it can track a little bit better, and it will do a better job on tracking. But this is one of the richest features right over here for those that vlog on their own, and for those that are going on about and using the gimbal to record the face and are constantly turning for this side and showing, hey, this is this and this is that. We don't have to worry about what the phone is recording, because we know that it's facing us. And lastly, battery. It has a battery of 2800 milliamp hours, which will last a lot. They state 14 hours using the gimbal in a normal way, 4 hours if we use the AI vision sensor, and 2 hours if we use the AI vision sensor plus the LEDs on the maximum. But on my experience using a lot of features, with the exception of the LED, which I did not use, I was able to get a full morning of shooting and playing around with it, and a little bit of the afternoon, and I still had 2 lights on of the 3 available. So I had more than half battery available from the gimbal to the phone, and it will act as a power bank. So really interesting, but of course that it will drain the battery faster. And that is it, guys. Hopefully this video was helpful in some way, and if it was, don't forget that usual thumbs up right over there, which is really appreciated on this side of the screen. My name is Roberto, and as always, I'll see you guys on the next one.